In the mid-90s, General Electric documented over $12 billion in operational savings across a 5-year period. While megacorporations capture those massive headlines, mid-market companies continue to bleed revenue daily. They lose margins because they fail to ruthlessly target and eliminate operational variation with that same level of quantitative rigor. I'm a master black belt at Six Sigma Development Solutions, and I spend my time diagnosing exactly these kinds of operational leaks. Today, we are going to break down the belt hierarchy, map the core operational framework, and determine exactly which certification you need to generate a measurable return on investment for your organization. Achieving enterprise-scale savings begins with understanding the difference between memorizing theoretical knowledge and executing a tactical deployment. We start by defining the engine. Lean is a methodology focused entirely on eliminating the 8 wastes and optimizing the speed of process flow. Six Sigma is the counterpart. It focuses strictly on the reduction of statistical variation and rigorous quality control. Lean Six Sigma is the strategic convergence of these two disciplines into a single capability engine. You combine the speed of Lean with the precision of Six Sigma. The ultimate quantitative metric this engine strives to achieve is 3.4 DPMO, defects per million opportunities. Out of 1 million chances to process an order or manufacture a part, a Six Sigma operation will fail a maximum of 3.4 times. Hitting this metric is a matter of structural survival. It directly results in reduced operational costs, shrunken cycle times, and perfectly predictable quality. Reaching 3.4 DPMO is mathematically impossible through sheer willpower or employee motivation. It requires a rigid, sequential framework. This chart illustrates the DMAIC methodology, the core engine for optimizing existing processes. It stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. It begins with the define phase. Here, practitioners map the process flow and establish exact project boundaries based entirely on the voice of the customer. Next is the measure phase. You establish a numerical baseline by collecting quantitative data on the current process capability. Then you analyze. You apply statistical tools to identify the true root causes of defects, stripping away the symptoms to find the actual drivers of variation. Only then do you enter the improve phase, implementing concrete, tested solutions to eliminate those identified variations. Finally, the control phase. You standardize the new process using statistical process control so the old variations cannot return. This table details the specific requirements for each step. DMAIC is not a loose set of suggestions. It is a series of interconnected, mandatory processes for each phase. Having a perfect framework on paper is useless unless you have a structured hierarchy of trained personnel to execute it on the floor. The belt system acts as a deliberate division of labor. It dictates who touches the data and at which stage of the methodology they operate. We can exclude the white belt from active project leadership, as it strictly provides basic awareness of the terminology. The foundational work belongs to the yellow belt. These team members are responsible for gathering operational data and mapping basic flows during the define and measure phases.
The green belt steps in as the tactical project leader. They take that data and apply DMAIC to localized operational bottlenecks. What I tell my green belt candidates is that you are the primary owner of data-driven accountability throughout the improve and control phases. Yellow and green belts provide the specific tactical labor required for ground-level process control. This data-driven rigor was formalized by Bill Smith at Motorola in the 1980s. He recognized that traditional quality assurance processes were failing. By identifying and removing the causes of defects before a product was finished, Motorola saved $17 billion over a 20-year deployment. To see how this engine runs today, consider a modern e-commerce company bleeding revenue due to shipping delays. In the define phase, the team targets a highly specific transit time metric based entirely on customer complaints. In the measure phase, a yellow belt gathers accurate, granular timestamps across all fulfillment stages to establish the baseline. In the analyze phase, a green belt takes that raw data, runs statistical tests, and discovers the actual root bottleneck is hidden in the inventory authentication process. In the improve phase, that green belt implements an automated workflow to bypass the authentication delay entirely. Finally, in the control phase, dashboards are established to monitor the fix permanently. Without the yellow belt's baseline data and the green belt's localized analysis,
the shipping delay would have remained a permanent leak in revenue. This highlights why large-scale Six Sigma deployments fail, the black belt-only fallacy. Organizations stall expecting top-level black belts to fix systemic issues, bypassing entry-level practitioners on the floor. Initiatives that survive long-term are supported by localized green belts maintaining the control phase. This creates a trap for beginners trying to skip prerequisites and jump straight to black belt without real operational project experience. You cannot effectively lead enterprise-wide change without the foundational repetitions of running DMAIC cycles. Systemic maturity requires integrating process control at the ground level first. To choose a starting point, evaluate this matrix of cognitive load and project scope. The ideal yellow belt is a frontline employee supporting projects with zero prerequisites. The green belt is for experienced professionals leading scoped DMAIC projects to drive departmental change. The correct certification is the one that aligns strictly with your current operational jurisdiction and your ability to execute the DMAIC cycle. This methodology yields financial returns only if you commit to the discipline of DMAIC through standardized, accredited frameworks. You must seek out programs accredited by recognized bodies like the IASSC to guarantee technical rigor. If you want to apply these tools at the level the world's best organizations do, formal certification is the path. At Six Sigma Development Solutions, we've trained over 4,000 practitioners across 52 countries to do exactly that. Evaluate your scope, choose your belt, and start your continuous improvement journey with the right data-driven foundation today.